Alright, we got a few more minutes. Take a few more shots. Maybe I'll rant a little bit. Maybe I'll try to give a quick tip. I can try to give you guys a quick tip on anchoring, but I mean, when people start getting into archery and we start trying to learn how to anchor, it's, you get a checklist going on. It's like I feel like there's a checklist you got to go through. So I don't know, we'll say 4 main things to, like, we can break it down, and that's one, tip of your nose should be touching the string, because I don't have a kisser button. Some people will get like a little button on their string, and what they'll do is they'll put it on the corner of their lip. Like, I used to have one when I was a kid, but I feel like once you learn the process and you start being more consistent, you get that position that's comfortable. But anyway, so 1, when you draw, you want the tip of your nose touching the string, and 2, you want your knuckles on right. See, I like to put my knuckles in between my index finger and my middle finger, basically, right? And I kind of have like a little split in my fingers, right in the middle of that split, right at the bottom of the V. I'll put right almost like on the top of my jaw here. I'll kind of rest that V right in there, and it kind of just sits perfectly. That's kind of my spot. That's how I like to anchor, and it just feels right. So, first 2 things, make sure your knuckles are in there, and make sure wherever you are, that when you're looking down your sight, that string is touching the tip of your nose, right? So we'll let those first 2 simmer while I take this shot. I kind of still have that problem where I kind of anchor and I'll pull off and put back on just to find that spot. I kind of have to do it a few times to find my spot, but that's part of the process, though. I'm trying to find that spot so my anchor is consistent, so when I'm putting my hand on my face, that string is also touching the tip of my nose. So I'm trying to find that perfect spot where I get both. Obviously, there's a lot more to a shot process. I'm just gonna try to break it down in a couple steps for people that are just trying to get into it. I'm an idiot. What do I know? Don't listen to me. I'm not a professional archer but I feel like I've been shooting long enough. I can, if I have something that helps, I don't think you need to be a professional to give advice, right? What's the worst that can happen? You try it out and it doesn't work for you. But anyway, the third thing is your bubble on your sight. Okay? Your bubble. You got to make sure that's level. You got to make sure your bubble's in the middle. That's the third part of your shot process. And finally, the fourth thing is obvious. You want to make sure you're looking through your peep sight and making sure you're getting your pin to float. I've already talked about hinge releases. I've already talked about how I like to shoot them. I have a whole rant about that in another video. So I'm just kind of 4 quick, easy steps to break down the shot, so you don't have to, you get on the internet and you try to research how to get into archery, and you get a head full of a lot of different things. I almost said head full of crap, but that's not true. There's a lot of really good information out there. A lot, It's a very useful tool. So with those 4 steps known, right? Tip of your nose, knuckles on the jaw, bubble level, sights floating. Try to keep that in mind while you watch this next shot. I'll even talk it through a little bit. Ready? So, fingers on the jaw, tip of the nose on the string. Just a tip. My bubble's level. My pins are floating on my target through my peep. Well, if I don't misfire, we'll be alright. And execute the shot. Sorry about that. I was talking and trying to hold the shot. I kind of let down a little bit, but the time we have. Alright, I'll shoot one more down the range, and I think we have to wrap it up. You know, I don't get nervous talking to people, but I get in front of this camera, like I'm looking at footage and I'm like, why do I say that? Why do I sound like that? Why am I saying those things? Like, I don't know, I guess I'm still kind of camera shy. I don't really know how to act in front of it. I'm just talking to myself, you know? It's kind of weird. That's why I found this new spot in case cars come at the cul-de-sac. They don't see me just talking to myself. I feel like a weirdo. Alright, so remember, just check this out. Try to get this 4 steps in your head. Ready? One more time. Knuckles to the jaw, tip of the nose to the string, level your bubble, and your pins are floating on your target. Okay? And again, if you want to learn how to, or not learn, there's 100 ways to learn how to do it, but if you're curious about how I like to shoot the hinge, you know, find the video on the page. It's right there. I only have like 2 videos up, so I mean, it's not hard to find. Nice. That's a dime. And I'll take that as my last shot of the day. Hold on. Not last shot of the day. Last shot of for a couple hours. Alright, let's take y'all down here with me real quick. Look at this cool little path. We're just kind of, you know, I know nobody's going to walk on the other end of the path. Nobody comes back here. I've scouted this for the past couple of years. The only people that come out here during deer season, or if there's cars in the cul-de-sac, and look good. Yeah, see. It was me trying to explain my shots, and this was my last shot. For 50 yards. I'll take it. So, I'm down. I don't bring all my arrows with me, but I'm down a few arrows on my main quiver here, so I gotta fletch. You know, I have a few, but the fletchings are a little messed up, so I gotta refletch some arrows, so maybe maybe I can teach you guys how I do it. Alright, people. I'm signing out. See you later.